Hello, this is your NTM. Thank you for joining me today. As with any hypnosis or guided meditation, please do not listen to this recording while driving or operating heavy machinery. Your safety and comfort is very important, so only listen when you can safely relax and bring your full awareness to this meditation. Our goal tonight is to help calm ourselves down and relax. I hope you find this session to be useful to you for winding down in your day's twilight moments and for calming any unwanted busyness of an overactive mind or a mind which may find it difficult to switch off entirely when it's time to rest and let go of thinking. So, make sure you are first in a place and position where you will not be disturbed, and give yourself all conscious permissions to deeply and completely benefit in your own way, just as soon as we begin. Very likely, as you've been listening to these introductory words, you may have already felt an urge to close down your eyes in that familiar, resting way. After all, that is what we do when we lie down, our heads on our pillows, and signal to ourselves that it's now entirely okay to take those first few delightful steps to move gently and deeper down into the waiting promises of that inner peacefulness within. But if you haven't yet done so, just go ahead and close down those eyes now. And with the eyes closed and you're comfortably listening along to the sound of my voice, it may be helpful to you to remember as my voice goes deeper with you that if something or anything should happen during this restful experience, anything that requires your immediate outside attention, then no matter how deeply you do relax, if your external situation requires it, you will always be able to quickly and easily open those eyes and return again to your fully alert state, attending to whatever may be needed. But for these moments now, I'd like you to just let go, as best you can, of the distractions of your outside world and begin to enjoy these senses of your own developing internal world. And you can encourage yourself to relax a little more into a restful state by saying to yourself this mantra quietly within your own thoughts. I am now choosing to enter into a state of healthy, pleasant, and deep relaxation. Even in relaxing, I know I always remain within all choices of my own control. Another way of strengthening this decompressing response is to say, I am here learning how to let go exactly to the level of calmness and relaxation that I now choose. Now in this, you may be finding yourself relaxing a little more already just by telling yourself and acknowledging these words. You may begin to discover as you do move a little further into your peaceful awareness, it's often much easier to notice these other non-visual sensors within us, those other sensors beginning to heighten or expand or become a little more in tune in some interesting and developing ways when the eyes do remain closed. For example, You may soon become aware of some different sounds that you may be hearing around you. You may notice smells of the air through the nose, or a certain taste may be sensed there upon the resting surface of the tongue. Sensations of the surfaces underneath you, which brings you awareness of those points of contact where your head or your back or your legs meet and touch and connect with the comfortable sheets or a mattress below you. For a few moments here, I want you to just allow yourself to check in with your physical senses without any judgment or any need to analyze or any need to do anything at all except just taking a calm note of whatever sensations may be experienced in this present you. Allow all changes to also occur, noticing that as the body does rest and relax, sensations come and go and continue to change and develop, becoming different from moment to moment and second to second. A short while of this awareness very likely may also begin to drift, or your mind may wander about in some ways, because it really is the nature of our minds to so often search out for a new focus or to bring up random thoughts. All those spontaneous ideas or seeking out certain words or phrases, almost as if there were a type of dialogue inside of yourself, where one part of you is wanting to speak and another part of you is wanting to listen, speaking and listening within yourself in this way. We may find there are certain images, pictures, or glimpses of flashing details. This is the thinking mind wishing to replay or recall, just like the scenes from your own personal film or photograph, or snapshots from your past, or from your more immediate and recent day. Even before you move too far down and ahead, I'd like you to just allow this familiar process of the thinking mind wandering about to very deliberately and consciously now occur. So if you find the thinking mind wants to jump up and down in some energetic way, or it wants to compete for your attention from the words you're hearing and I'm saying to you, part of you can just let that happen for this little while. If the mind wants to steer that awareness towards some particular meaning or some particular picture or some language of ideas, go ahead now and give it every permission to go there, for the mind to just move wherever and however it will. You and I know this is to you a little contradictory to make this kind of choice here at first. But just remember, it is very important to let the thinking mind know that, yes, it does have an important purpose to you. And yes, the thinking self can be acknowledged and it can be heard. The deeper you go, the more your observational, watching self now really can begin to step back a little and to realize that it also has a powerful choice. A choice which is to pay attention to each passing thought, or a choice to move in that awareness and to flow somewhere else entirely, which is a little more distant, away from those thoughts. And after a few moments of allowing the thinking self to be entirely at play, I would like you to focus to gently change a little more just by consciously directing it gently and slowly towards your own breathing. So go ahead now and take in a few deeper breaths. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your stomach. And notice how the body naturally relaxes again, a little deeper each time, with each new out breath. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. And release your breathing back to its easier, normal cycle. And notice too, your breath has its flow, just as your thoughts have their flow. And you become more and more observant over this time of the natural cycles of each thought, noting how each thought can arrive and then each thought can go. There is always a kind of beginning, a middle, and an end to each passing thought. And these can be more clearly observed if you just make a little more room to do so. Now, even in this very simple way, you may already be finding that some of the more compulsive urgencies that so often come with the habits of excessive or chronic thinking are already beginning to dissipate, and the impulses carried with each passing thought may also be losing some of their strength or potency. The more that this observational part of you can regard thoughts to be just like passing comets or meteors, flashing and disappearing through clear skies, the more you can begin to relax into those broadening spaces and move a little more to wherever those disappearing thoughts eventually fade away when they do trail off. It is entirely possible you may choose to stop this recording here if this already suits your needs, because you may already feel that this is enough to allow you to let go of all thinking as you do move into your best and refreshing sleep, embracing your sleeping form now as you journey with your sleeping self. And now you're drifting away entirely into your very best sleep. And so I wish you a beautiful night.